hands on whoever he is.
You see the movie pulled back there? You called me a hot dog, right?
Well, that wasn't hot dog, you maniac. That was the move of a true master. Victory?
Can you believe it? It's an orbital museum now. Relic of the war. Like some farmers I know. Probably got a plaque right over your bunk.
Magnificent, aren't they? I bet you wish you had one of those during the war. Would have put the fear of God into the Kilrathi.
Well, carriers don't fly themselves, Admiral.
Quite right, Colonel. It is the men, isn't it? Well, it looks like the pastoral life agrees with you. I'm envious. Yeah, if I was a little more confident in the Confederation's security, I'd walk away in an instant. Well, reports are that you ran into some trouble on your way here.
Yes, sir.
Law and order. Concepts that seem to be crumbling throughout the Confederation.
These are transitional times, Admiral.
Yes, but in the Kilrathi, we had a common enemy. It was humanity's finest hour. Now we cast about uncertain. Well, you've seen it for yourself. The wanton destruction. That's why Confed needs your services. Your experience again.
You know where my loyalties have always been, sir.
Something we count on, Colonel. For past months now, there's been an undeclared war waged against us. Acts of terrorism, piracy, sabotage. Is it symptomatic of these transitional times, or is there something else at work here?
Do you see a strategy or design behind it?
Every time I connect the dots, I'm always guided back to our longtime allies in the border worlds.
And you think they've undertaken some kind of guerrilla war?
Well, their relationship with Confed has always been uneasy. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance.
Which is where I come in.
Well, we have a long history together. One that, I dare say, has been a bit rocky in the past.
We have had our differences, sir.
Yeah. But there's no denying our achievements. Which is why I have personally reinstated you to active duty. Not only will you be my eyes and ears, but your very presence in the border worlds will send a potent message to all the galaxy.
I am no politician, sir.
Actions speak louder than words, Colonel. I'm not sending you there merely as a symbol. I'm putting you back in the cockpit, where you'll be reunited with an old friend. The thrill of battle.
Maniac. My call sign? It's how I live. It's how I fly. Because that's the name. Come on, Ryan. Because that's the name of the tune, right?
Hey, Maniac.
Blair.
Oh my gosh.
Colonel Blair,
Very
nice meeting you. Well, thank you. Let me take your bag. Thank you very
Colonel Blair,
much.
sir. It's an honor, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Glad to.
All hail the mighty heart of the tiger. You know, you're not the only war hero in Confed. I've taken out more cats than most ships' entire attachments. Do I get the red carpet treatment? No. No, I carry my own duffel bag. I don't go schmoozing with the Admiral. Admiral Tolwyn. Has he said anything about me?
You haven't heard? He couldn't stop talking about you, Maniac.
What?
Well, it's classified. I mean, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
I got clearance. I'll tell you about it later. Wait a minute.
Second ship watch standards. Prepare to assume the watch. Prepare cruise to flight deck in 5 minutes. Returning fighters inbound.
Hey, I just caught a peek at that bioconvergence chemist we sprung from Tier 7.
What?
Bioconvergence. Try downloading a science update once in a while.
Well, since when are you Mr. Wizard?
Hey, I don't just rest on my laurels like some people I know. Anyway, now I know why they were turning the border worlds upside down looking for this egghead. We are talking fine.
Thought you weren't interested in any woman with an IQ higher than a wingnut.
Oh, au contraire, mon frère. Huh? Didn't think I knew that stuff, right? Hey, Maniac does what he has to do. Okay? Tonight, I'm boning up on my periodic table of elements. If you know what I mean.
So what, you figure her recent trauma makes her that desperate, huh?
It's not unheard of to show a little appreciation to your liberator.
This guy's good, Colonel.
The best. You never show any mercy, do you?
I seek only to instruct. The youth seeks wisdom and experience.
So what do you think about the new brass that just came aboard?
Now, Paulson, too many cooks in the kitchen. Always trouble.
Yeah. Things get a little top-heavy when there's too many higher-ups around.
He's got a point, you know.
If I were you, I'd worry more about losing my shirt to Vagabond and less about who's on board.
Yeah. Here's a chip, kid. Go buy yourself a new ass. Drinks? Anybody? Kidding. How would you like to...
Good evening. Welcome to the TCN Nightly News. I'm Barbara Miles. In our lead story, we'll be talking to Admiral Tolwyn of the SRA regarding the escalating tensions between the frontier worlds and the Confederation. The Union of Border Worlds, as they now call themselves, indicate they remain at peace with the Confederation, but the Confed bylaws and constitution no longer govern them. In response, the Great Assembly has decreed that Border World vessels can no longer operate within Confed territory unless under military escort. We go now live to Admiral Jeffrey Tolwyn at Confed HQ. Admiral.
Hello, Barbara. Good evening, everyone. For weeks now, we've been experiencing an increasing harassment of legitimate Con-Fed space operations. I'm afraid innocent people are being murdered, and chaos is the result. Until we bring these perpetrators to justice, I'm afraid we must monitor all traffic flying under a different flag.
Admiral, can the Union of Border Worlds and the Confederation come to terms?
Well, Barbara, what other choice do we have?
Thank you, Admiral.
Thank you.
Next up, the scores for the Galactic Cricket Cup.
Dolwyn's right. Confed has to do whatever it takes to maintain order. Otherwise, you got everybody going off half-cocked.
The border worlds have been dumped on ever since the war ended. This required chaperoning is just going to turn up the heat.
They ought to thank their lucky stars that ain't the Kilrathi bossing them around.
A lot of people think it was the border worlds who kept us in the war long enough for the colonel here to lower the boom. Your farm's in the field, real close to the border worlds. You think they should be forced to fly under escort?
It's a big galaxy. People are bound to have different goals. Look, Confed had to maintain control for 40 years. They're having a hard time letting go.
You seen Captain Nyson? Laying low. I don't blame him.
Exemplary work on the space lab, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
Rescuing it and the biochemist will be of tremendous benefit to Confed's plans, but not a business at hand. Predictably, the Border Worlds Union brazenly defies Confed's airspace edict. We approach one such outlaw convoy now. Military ships that have invaded Confed's territory and maneuver with no Confed escort. They have ignored orders to turn back and have even taken pot shots at Confed's forces. They are a grave threat, and their presence can no longer be tolerated. We shall issue one more warning. If they refuse to cooperate, you are to enforce the interdiction, Colonel, by any means necessary. Dismissed.
You are clear for takeoff, Colonel.
Proceed to next waypoint.
books. Let's head home.
Proceed to next waypoint.
I need clearance to land.
Captain Paulson passes on his congratulations. You have clearance.
Enter. Colonel. I'll be shipping out soon. I just wanted to make sure that no big deal was made of it.
Yes, sir. Lately, some of the men haven't been so sure about the missions they've been flying for Confed.
Oh? Well, during the war with the Karate, it was easy. Loyalty to Confed required little commitment. After all, what was the alternative? Now the war is over, second guessing is easy.
I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be shooting down my own kind.
Humans will always vie for power, Colonel. The Confederation may be far less than perfect, but remember, it was the driving force behind our victory. It succeeded in uniting humanity in a way that no other institution had.
It's our ultimate duty, isn't it?
Yes. The difficulty is how best to execute it.
Well,
Colonel, I sincerely wish you a long and happy life. It has been an honor and a pleasure serving with you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Maniac. Hi. Well, same to you, buddy. I said, some of these guys, not exactly friendly.
Nah, forget it. Hey, how about that bioconvergence chemist? Was she friendly or friendly fire?
Well,
Attention. All personnel without level 5 security clearance leave the flight deck immediately. There will be no unauthorized access to the flight deck until further notice.
pretty soon we're gonna need a hall pass just to use the head. Wonder who's coming aboard.
Beats me.
Well, since I'm not feeling very welcome around here, I'm gonna go get myself a libation up at the lounge. Coming?
I'll stick around.
Paulson doesn't look like he gives guys much slack. I'll be sure to visit you in the brig.
Well, you never know. You know, I might get lucky. They might send another biochemist my way.
Suit yourself.
totally unexpected.
Things haven't been progressing as anticipated, Captain.
Gentlemen, we have a critical situation. Captain Eisen has stolen the shuttle and fled to Lexington.
There has to be some explanation.
We have reason to believe he's been feeding information to Border World's intelligence these past weeks. That's why he was relieved of command. But we had hoped to bring him in quietly and simply pull the plug on his indiscretions. My guess is he knew we were on to him.
Is Captain Eisen piloting the shuttle?
Unfortunately, the captain seems to have enlisted the aid of Major Todd Marshall.
Maniac?
Gentlemen, I know this is difficult since you are old comrades, but this is a deadly breach of security. If the current tensions erupt into war, the information Captain Eisen might have could do us serious damage. The Confederation has never needed you more.
Do we have a heading?
Unfortunately, his destination is still undetermined. These are your wingmen. Your ships have been trapped and ordnance has already been committed. You must bring William Eisen back.
Sir, if Captain Eisen's already taken these steps, I doubt he'll come back willingly.
Use any means necessary, Colonel. Captain Eisen must not be allowed to leave this system. He must not be allowed to rendezvous with Border World forces. Dismissed.
You are clear for takeoff, Colonel.
the BWS Intrepid. Now, I don't think you'll get clearance going in the other direction. Make it quick, too. We're dropping out as soon as you land. Come on, let's give him a hand.
Stay back! Run that detail!
It's good. Excuse me. Captain Eisen from the Lexington?
You got you just in time. Keep that detail right there. We weren't gonna wait on that jump.
It's like you guys ran into some trouble.
We had a surprise visit from a convict frigate and her escorts. This is Colonel Jacob Manley. I'm Colonel Tamara Farnsworth.
I recognize those names as Panther and Hawk.
The Astoria system.
That's right. Near the famous Heart of the Tiger.
Look, I'd love to stand here and play get to know you, but just stay right there. We got some problems to take care of.
If you can direct us to Captain Dominguez, he's expecting me.
Captain Dominguez was on the bridge during the attack.
He didn't make it. Anybody on the bridge or in the bays didn't survive. 2/3 of the crew.
Captain Dominguez did brief us on your possible defection.
Your deal was with him, though. We gotta talk things over with the crew before you guys get too cozy, understood? We'll finish this later.
Come on, we could use some extra hands.
I fought with Captain Dominguez 40 years ago during the Venice offensive. Now he's dead at the hands of one of his own? What is all of this coming to?
I was hoping you'd be able to tell me. I've turned my back on Confed. Halsem said you were a spy.
A detective, maybe. They were feeding us a lot of bogus information. The last couple of days, I've been checking out mission data, coded transmissions, fleet movements. I've got all the information right here. This could stop a full-blown war.
But you don't know what it means?
Well, some of the pieces are missing, but what I do know is this. This clash between the border world and Confed is being provoked by certain elements within Confed.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I have no idea who they are. All I knew was that my defection could end up being suicidal. I couldn't ask you to put yourself in that position. You had to decide that for yourself when the time came.
I made my choice, sir. I have no regrets.
Well, Colonel, I hope you never do.
Listen, I'm gonna get up top, see if they need any help.
Yeah, I'll lend out a hand down here.
We've got company, and they don't look friendly.
Just say go, good buddy. Break and attack. Time to earn my pay.
Pretend you know how to fly.
How's my exhaust smell?
I hate easy targets.
Your will, lay down.
I say we just cut our losses and pull back. The jump point is the quickest way out of the system.
That's way too obvious. I say we stay and hurt the Lexington as much as possible. That way we'll be hurting Confed, too.
How long have they been carrying on like
Doesn't
this?
make any sense. in terms
There's
of
something
what it
you
means
don't
to ultimately be
understand. It's
idealistic.
typical.
You're both right and you're both wrong. Attacking the Lexington is a waste of valuable resources. Beating a hasty retreat is a wiser course of action. The jump point is the most obvious exit route. The Salinas Nebulous might be a better way out. Either way, I don't think the Lexington is going to just let us cruise away. I'll bet you'll get a chance to inflict damage on her or sustain more yourself.
What do you think, Colonel?
I think this ship needs a captain.
I'll do the best I can.
Happy to see you back where you belong, Captain.
Thank you, Colonel. You had no small part in it. Well, to business. As you know, to avoid further harassment, the Intrepid's going to try and make its way out of this system through this nebula. I'd like you and a wingman to scout ahead, clear the area of any hostiles you might encounter.
Understood, sir.
Good luck, Colonel.
Gentlemen.
Welcome to our new sleeping quarters.
I never promised first-class accommodations.
Don't take offense, sir, but how can you make jokes? An hour ago, I was a Confed pilot. Now I'm shooting them down. What's going on? What are we doing here?
We're trying to make things right.
I don't know what the rules are anymore.
You know, Cat Scratch, life isn't a flight sim. I think you're gonna learn. The rules keep changing.
Just hope we did the right thing, partner. If Confed gets approved to really go after the border worlds, this thing's gonna get ugly.
It's putting it mildly. Sometimes what you believe is more important than any flag. We gotta stick with the guys we can trust. And Eisen, he's one of the few.
Well, this is it, Colonel. The Lexington clearly has a good idea of our whereabouts, and we're like a bee buzzing around inside of a jar. I wouldn't be surprised if Paulson is steering for us right now. So I think you should take one of the Avengers up on this mission. Now, our only hope of escape lies in this backdoor jump point. I want you to take 3 wingmen and escort us the hell out of here. Don't get sentimental on me, Colonel. You know what you have to do. If the Lexington gets to that jump point before we do, it's all over for us.
You worthless traitor. Just say go, good buddy. Break and attack. Time to earn my pay.
need clearance to land.
All I can say is we're lucky to have you on our side, Colonel. You're clear to land, and you better make it quick. We can't wait to leave this in our stellar jet.
Oh my God, what a disaster.
Stop whining. Your first mistake was in not killing him right away.
Who? Eisen or the Colonel?
Take your pick.
What's going to happen now?
It's a good question, Captain. First of all, we're gonna get reassigned. And I'm gonna continue my plans. With the added pleasure of killing the heart of the tiger. What are you looking at, soldier? Just by the